When it comes to serving God and serving others for the sake of the gospel, we have to be like trains awaiting our next call of duty. I know that's a weird analogy, but let me explain for you because it's quite simple.
A steam locomotive was created to serve its railroad by transporting passengers and freight from place to place and coast to coast. By the time the diesel locomotive was introduced, as well as the invention of automobiles and airplanes, the steam locomotive was taken out of service. While most were scrapped, some were preserved and put on display in museums or parks. Some were lucky enough to be used on special excursions to promote and educate younger generations. Some have operated for several decades, while some have only operated for a few months or years. The photos and video clips shown here feature former Chesapeake and Ohio number 2716 when it was leased to the Southern. It was used for excursion service from 1981 to 1982. After 9 months, the engine was sidelined from service in August of 1982, after it was discovered that the engine had cracks in its firebox. Although it could have been repaired, the cost wasn't in the program's budget, so the engine was retired. Its next call of duty wasn't until 1996. By that point, the steam program came to an end, but the 2716 was leased to the Fort Wayne Railroad Historical Society, where it ran for a few months. After its boiler time expired, it was sent back to the Kentucky Railway Museum in Russell, Kentucky. Today, the 2716 is undergoing restoration by the Kentucky Steam Heritage Corp for excursion service.
So it all boils down to this question. What does all this have to do with me? What's your point, Ethan? What are you trying to tell us? Well, let me tell you. Sometimes when we want to serve, we want to start immediately. But sometimes we aren't ready, or the people aren't ready for us just yet. Now, it doesn't mean we don't have a calling to serve. We all have a calling to serve. But sometimes the opportunity has to come to us before we start working. God has gifted us with amazing talents and abilities to use for His glory, and every single gift is completely different and unique. So until that right door opens up, we have to do our part in working at our craft and make sure that what we're doing is just right. And that's where God's divine guidance comes in. Sometimes, when opportunities come around, when we make choices and may or may not be right for us, when we find detours like that, when we get stuck, God redirects us in where we need to be. And when we get back up on our feet, we continue on, asking the Lord to show us the way. God's got your number. He's going to call you at the right place and the right time. So until then, keep praying with all your heart. Never lose hope, and trust that God will do what is best. And I promise you that will help you prepare for the next call of duty.